I, 26M, found her, 28F, TikTok after we went on a date. This is honestly not something I expected to post about. But here's the thing. I have known this woman, 28F, for a while since we are in the same friend groups. She's a nice person, attractive, and honestly, I've always enjoyed my talks with her. A few weeks ago, I, 26M, asked her out on a date. I figured, if she says no, it's fine, but she actually agreed. We went on a date this past Saturday. And honestly, I thought it was awesome. We went out to dinner, had drinks, spent the rest of the night talking, and we even took a walk on a walking bridge over the town's lake. It's not a big one. I dropped her off and was elated. I absolutely loved the night. However, that night when I was scrolling through TikTok on my bed, a post from her, I didn't follow nor knew she had a TikTok, appeared on my For You page. Essentially, she said in the post, "Getting ready for a date I really don't want to go to." That was like a bucket of ice water being thrown on my head. I was so freaking happy. And I just found out she didn't even want to go on a date with me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying she has to want it. But please, let me know if that's the case. We don't need to go out. We can forget I even asked her out. But doing this, on the internet, it made me self-conscious? Not sure if that's the right word. Now, I'm unsure about what to do. Should I tell her I saw this or just forget about it? Honestly, it really hurt me, and I'm not really sure I want to give this another try. I mean, she didn't want to go out with me in the first place. Right? TLDR. Asked. 28F. Out. Had an amazing date. Later discovered her TikTok post indicating she didn't want to go out. Feeling hurt and unsure whether to talk to her about it. I'd say leave her be. If she asks why, then tell her you saw her video. Simple as that. The thing for me would be this. Who on earth would post that on TikTok? And why? The potential answers will tell you a lot. I would never want to be with someone that would find that an appropriate thing to post for so many reasons. My interest in such a person would disappear after seeing something like that, and I hope you have the wherewithal to feel similarly. This woman is not worth it, and at least you discovered that quickly. Distance yourself if you know what's good for you. No point in causing any drama over it, and honestly, that might be something she would enjoy. As an introvert with some social anxiety, I don't think I've ever wanted to go on a first date. Even if I really liked the guy and wanted to go to the location, my mind would always convince me I was going to be unhappy. Luckily, most of my first dates had been fine or great. Sprinkle in a few duds. As an older woman, I don't understand this need to post everything that goes on in your life or in your mind. Sometimes it's nice to just let passing thoughts pass. But I also understand younger people grew up immersed in social media and this is normal to them. This person has made it clear that she's going to post things publicly that you may think should be private. That alone may drive you to decline any future dates with her. And if so, just let her know you saw her TT and aren't comfortable with your dates being the subject of her videos. Be forewarned, she may post about it. If you choose to see her again, I think it's worth having an honest conversation and set your boundary around what you aren't comfortable with her posting. Nah. The people saying, well, maybe she had a reason not to want to go. That's fine, you don't need to post a video about it. I would send her the link to the video and say nothing. People who post stuff like this on social media need to realize the world doesn't revolve around them, and the things you do and say online actually affect other people. I think context matters a lot. Was she saying she didn't want to go out with you or just wasn't in the mood to go out as her content about social anxiety? I rarely want to actually do things while I'm getting ready. It's 100% anxiety. But that does not mean I don't want to spend time with the people I have plans with. Or she just really didn't want to go. I DK her and didn't see the video. My only point is that phrase alone doesn't necessarily speak to her feelings about you. Was this the first date you went on that she posted about? I didn't particularly feel enthusiastic during the planning of my first date with my now boyfriend of 5.5 years because at that time I felt defeated and burned out by dating. But obviously it ended up working out. If it was any of the subsequent dates she was talking about, then yeah, maybe say something. Stuff of nightmares, wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. What being chronically online does to a dumb person. Years ago, I asked someone out and she said yes because I caught her off guard and she couldn't think of an excuse fast enough. This I knew. Besides, just one night, right? I haven't been on a date in like 3 months. Was working in the woods all summer and it's September now. Anyways, picked her up. We had a great evening. 2 years later, we were engaged, living together, etc. Relationship lasted until I wanted to change cities and she wanted to stay where she grew up. During that time, she shared her diary entry with me about how much she dreaded going out with me that night and had these excuses for ending the date early. Yada yada yada. She was wrong and it was great. I didn't know anything about her. She was just a random girl at the bus stop and didn't expect her to say yes. And even then, I expected a short date and never see her again. Point is, despite what she was expecting, she was wrong. It turned out great, and we had a fantastic relationship. Don't focus on whatever she said in the video. She didn't know you then. Give her a call in a day or two and get her thoughts on the date and if she would like to go on another. I would send her the video and say, here's another like and share for you. Peace out. Can't see anyone else mention it, so I'm going to. Yes. She might not have been keen originally, but maybe she had as good a time as you did and has done a whole 180 on dating you. I'd talk to her about it. Mention you saw it and take it as a way of discussing if you want to see each other again. Best of luck. A. Make sure you double check when it was made, posted, in case it was for a different date. B. Did she say why she didn't want to go out on the date? Context is important. Since you are in the same friends social group, I would be inclined to send her a text along the lines of, so, TikTok recommended your video to me, and now I don't know how you actually felt about our night out. I'm going to try and make this easy on both of us. If you say nothing about it, I won't either, and we can keep on being friends and move on. If you want to pursue more than friends, then I need you to tell me exactly what you want. I enjoyed our date, but I am not going to pursue anything if I have reason to think you didn't. I personally would say, hey, just wanted to reach out and let you know while I had a good time with us hanging out the other night. I don't see this going any further than that. I also wanted to let you know that I saw your TikTok on my For You page and didn't appreciate you telling internet strangers that you weren't interested in going on our date to begin with. I would just ask her. Honestly, as an introvert, I don't want to go out most times, and then end up being glad I did. If she's the type of person to be posting that on social media, then you can already have an idea of the type of person she is. Probably not someone worth stressing about. Whether or not she wanted to go on the date in the first place is less important than how she felt after the date. But yeah, posting your every thought on social media is pretty cringy. So I might bail if I were you. It will be interesting if she does a follow-up TikTok on how she thought the date went. Although I really couldn't get involved with someone who posted their personal life online like this. Like, who cares? And No shame. No mystery. Just everything about your life out there. Just know. Can you imagine? All your personal details. Your first kiss, etc. Send the link to her video. Don't comment. Don't comment on her video. Give it a little while and see if she posts any more TikTok videos about the date. It could be that she'll post another saying that she was wrong. Don't be too hasty. Brother. It's a first date. She may have not wanted to go out on a date, but what matters is that she did go. It seems you did have fun, and you can potentially keep it going. Don't get so caught up in your head. Instead, enjoy what actually did happen. It's normal to be anxious about a date. I would keep an eye to see if she posts that the date was fun or not. But not wanting to go on a date isn't any reason to leave having fun. Thank her for the date, but tell her that you didn't think the two of you clicked, and you'd be better off as friends. If she presses, I'd decline to give specifics. If she's really pushy, I'd leave it at, I don't know. It was almost like you didn't even want to go on a date with me. It was just the vibe I got.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.